And now, from 12 Studios, this is News 12 Now.
Today is Tuesday, June 4th. Welcome to News 12 Now. I'm Kylee Dedmon. New this afternoon, outgoing Sherman ISD Superintendent Dr. Tyson Bennett will receive more than $200,000 as part of a separation agreement with the district. He's been on paid administrative leave since March. His departure stems from controversial decisions he made for the Sherman High School Theater program when he enforced a new rule that roles cast in the musical Oklahoma must match the student's sex at birth. The new rule caused many students, including a transgender male, to lose their parts in the play. After backlash from parents, the district voted to reverse the rule, and the production went on as originally cast. Dr. Bennett's last day with the district is June 30th. And an update on a distemper outbreak at the Sherman Animal Shelter. Officials say the spread has been contained, but more testing is being conducted. The adoption building and main shelter are now reopening after undergoing sterilization, but the building that houses stray dogs will remain closed for 4 more weeks. No word on how many dogs tested positive for the deadly disease. A Savoy man is headed to prison after pleading guilty to aggravated sexual assault of a child. Prosecutors say 34-year-old Shawnee Walker sexually abused a 13-year-old child multiple times over the span of a month last year. He was given a 30-year sentence and must serve at least 15 years before he's eligible for parole. He also has to register as a sex offender for life. A fight between a man and a woman in Paris yesterday lands both of them in jail on drug charges. Paris police say they got called to Bonham Street near Northwest Loop 286, where 24-year-old Garrett Smith was reportedly dragging the woman, 28-year-old Marissa Davis, into a car. During the investigation of the incident, police found them in possession of both meth and marijuana, and learned Smith was involved in selling the meth. Both were arrested, Smith for manufacture or delivery of a controlled substance, and Davis for possession of marijuana. And another road closure to tell you about Texoma. Johnston County residents, Swamp Creek Road will be closed for the foreseeable future. According to Johnston County Emergency Management, the road is closed due to a washout. Now, we don't know when it'll be open again, but for now, make sure to find an alternate route. Well, meteorologist Brady Blackstock is joining us now. Brady, it was another active morning. I feel like it's either an active morning or an active evening we've had these past couple of days.
Sure.
But what could we be expecting for the rest of our Tuesday?
How about both today? An active one this morning, an active one way later tonight. But yeah, the road washouts doesn't surprise me. We've been getting way too much rain. Take a look outside. It's overcast on our Lake Texoma tower cam at Tanglewood. And the overcast skies are pretty consistent across Texoma because we received so much rain earlier today. I'll be going over those numbers a little bit later, but as far as the temperature numbers, even with the overcast skies, temps are back on the rise. We're starting to see some 77s, 79 in Medill and Marietta, and even an 81 right here in Sherman. And you can look all the way over to the east and see that 69 in Paris because they received so much rainfall that they are super cooled out there. And we'll take a look at those numbers in a moment. But as far as the heat index, that's becoming an issue because there is still so much moisture, so it feels warmer than it actually is. But the 24-hour temperature change, very different depending on where you're at due to the timing of those storms this morning. But winds are picking up. We got 20-mile-an-hour base wind speeds gusting up to 30, and that is ahead of another round of severe thunderstorms. I'll go over that in more detail coming up. Kylie?
All right, thank you, Brady. Well, traffic still backed up at the Red River on southbound I-35. Texas crews are working to repair the bridge. The right lane of the southbound side of the interstate is closed down between Thackerville and the Oklahoma-Texas state line. Local drivers have said it adds considerable time to their commutes. News 12 has reached out to TxDOT to learn more about the repairs, but as of airtime, they haven't been able to give more information. A new hospital opened in Ardmore yesterday, giving residents another health care option. The Exceptional Community Health Hospital is the first in Oklahoma with more than a dozen inpatient and emergency rooms, a fully equipped radiology suite, and an in-house lab. Operation Officer Bruce McVeigh says their mission is to provide quality health care with a focus on family.
We encourage family members to stay with their loved ones if they're hospitalized. We'll make the bed for them, we'll feed them for free, We'll do their laundry if we need to. We'll give them towels and soap. No one else does that.
McVeigh says this opening brings about 115 new jobs to southern Oklahoma. During a special September election, Sherman voters will decide who they want to fill the City Council District 1 seat. Clay Barnett, Cassie Rivas, and Sandra Melton have announced their candidacy for the open position. This follows Sean Tieman's decision to step down from the seat to run for mayor. The candidate with the most votes will start immediately and finish the remaining 1 year of Tieman's term. The deadline for candidates to file is July 10th, with Election Day being September 14th. Well, officials in Mont Belvieu found a creative way to load up and relocate a massive alligator. As you can see right here, Animal Control in the Houston suburb discovered the 12-foot-long brute lounging in a ditch. They needed some extra muscle to move the thing and decided to call Public Works, who concocted the perfect plan. They decided to use the loader of a gravel truck to lift up the gator and plop it right into the back. Well, recent polling shows abortion policy has not been a top priority for most Texans, but Democrats are campaigning on making it a top issue heading into November's election. That's particularly the case after the Texas Supreme Court last Friday dealt a sweeping blow to one of the most closely watched cases challenging the state's ban on abortions. As such, Democrats say they're challenging Texas's Republican government to ensure reproductive rights remain a key issue. So the question now is, will it work?
We know from polling that abortion is a major issue for Democratic voters and that they plan to be focused on this issue looking ahead into the 2024 campaign. That in and of itself means that we expect Democratic candidates to be talking about this issue. Whether or not that leads independent voters and even some Republicans to support Democrats remains to be seen, but still remains pretty unlikely.
And that issue is playing out already in Texas's biggest race, the Senate seat currently occupied by Ted Cruz. Democratic challenger Colin Allred has already made much of Cruz's support for anti-abortion policies. Well, Biden has signed his new border security executive order. This will allow U.S. immigration officials to deport migrants without processing their asylum claims when the number of illegal border crossings surpasses a specific threshold. Biden claimed this executive order was made after the Senate Republicans would not agree to a border security bill. The bill came with strong reactions from both sides. House Speaker Mike Johnson says that this order was not enough.
The evidence is so clear. And now, suddenly, now he wants to issue some weak executive order. One executive order, supposedly to try to address the issue. It's window dressing. Everybody knows it. If he was concerned about the border, he would have done this a long time ago.
Biden's executive order will likely be challenged in court. Attorney General Merrick Garland is on Capitol Hill today facing heated questions from House Republicans who claim his Department of Justice has become politicized. As Fox News correspondent Rebecca Castro reports, this hearing comes after an attempt to hold Garland in contempt of Congress.
Justice is no longer blind in America. Today it's driven by politics.
In a fiery hearing before the House Judiciary Committee, Attorney General Merrick Garland is defending his Department of Justice, as some Republicans accuse him of using the DOJ to target former President Donald Trump.
I will not be intimidated, and the Justice Department will not be intimidated.
It's important that your department be above reproach, and clearly it's not.
Today's hearing comes as the former president awaits sentencing after being found guilty last week in a hush money scandal. Despite claims by some Republicans, Garland insists the Justice Department was not involved in that case. He's also shutting down Trump's claims that the FBI was ready to kill him during their raid on Mar-a-Lago in 2022 as part of his classified documents investigation.
The allegation is false. As the FBI has explained, the document that's being discussed is our standard use of force protocol.
The House Judiciary Committee recently recommended Garland be held in contempt of Congress for not releasing audio recordings of Special Counsel Robert Hur's interview with President Biden. That was related to Biden's mishandling of classified documents, and transcripts painted an unflattering picture of his memory.
It could influence witnesses' answers if they thought the audio of their law enforcement interviews would be broadcast to Congress and the public.
President Biden asserted executive privilege over the interview recordings, protecting them from release and Garland from prosecution. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Thank you for watching today's News 12 Now. Make sure to subscribe so you find out why Texoma turns to us. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook, where you'll see more social media exclusive content. Want more News 12 Now? Watch us live every weekday through the KXII app on your phone or TV and through our website.